Hi everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. It's going to be 5 minutes or less, I promised, and it's just a quick introduction into our new kinetic letters family, which is the Abracadabra family. So the most important letter in this family is the very first letter we learn. It's the one we learnt on Monday. It's the K sound. Now, all of the letters in the Abracadabra family start at the scared monkey branch. So if we go back to, you can draw these on plain paper, you can do these anywhere. You have the sky, not very straight. You have the ground. We have the brave monkey's branch, and we have the scared monkey's branch. And that, if I grab my piece of paper, exactly is what on the piece of paper we've been sending home. And this is just a photocopy of the whiteboards we use in school. So I hope you can see this. The sky, the ground, the brave monkeys at the top, the scared monkeys in the middle. So all the letters in the family we're doing at the moment start at the scared monkey branch. Now the most important letter is K. Pull around, push along the ground. Now if you can do that letter, you can pull around, push along the ground, up to the scared monkey's branch, down, bump, flick. You can also do pull around, push along the ground, up to the brave monkey's branch, down, bump, flick. You can also do the other letters in the family. Pull around and pull back along the ground. So S is quite a tricky one. You can also do pull around, push along the ground, up to the scared monkey's branch, down, on down, pull around. And there's a bit of a story that goes with that the children will learn. I've missed one. Pull around, push along the ground, on round, push across. Now you can see that line there, and that leads me on to my next point. What we are doing by teaching the children these very specific letter formations is we are getting them ready to join up. We'd love them to be joining as early as possible, and that is a very early join, as you can see. So, what we want for the children to keep practicing is this most important letter. Pull around, push along the ground. Seems really simple. It's really, really difficult, and we've worked really hard on it this week. What the children are doing, or what not just these children, all children do, is they start here, right next to the end of the line, and then they think, well, I can't go this way, so I'm going to go this way, and we end up going backwards. So we want children, when they're starting, we've been saying don't start on the monkey's head. Can't see. Don't start right at the edge of the tree. Come away a tiny bit. Pull back towards the tree. Pull around. Push along the ground. If you've got that pull at the top, you're going to get that curved shape that the K sound needs. So that is really, really important. Pull around. Push along the ground. Now, if at home, here's where my handy sheet comes in. We saw some children, they brought them in and it was amazing. They did them at home, thank you so much. But we were starting to see maybe misshapes or larger ones. When you're doing this with the children, really make sure they focus on keeping to those lines. We don't need lines and lines and lines of it. Just nice and small, 3 by the tree. And then the real challenge, can they do them where there's no tree to help? And that is really tricky. And we say to the children, we don't want ghost letters floating in the sky. We don't want letters going underneath the line. Now, if you get this sheet at home and you think, that is too much for my child, they're finding that really difficult, that's because they're not ready necessarily for this stage. So pull it back. That's absolutely fine. The stage before writing on whiteboards and writing on paper is writing with your finger in sand. I won't encourage you to do it on the mirror in the bathroom, but that's another really good one, but don't do that. In the sand, in glitter, in little trays where you get flour or something. But what's really important if you're doing that is making sure you've got something that has sides and edges. So our trays at school I was going to hold one up, but they're full of glitter, and to be honest, I don't want the mess. So our trays at school, we have a black tray. It looks like this, and it has 2 trees drawn on it like this. And when we ask the children to draw it with their finger, they are pulling around and they're pushing along the bottom of the tray to really focus their attention on the fact that it has to touch the line. So we're starting with really high expectations that children are writing on lines. So if your child's finding those lines paper quite difficult, take it right back to a tray, take it right back to a plate, something, but where you've really made it clear there is a bottom line, and all you're doing is that same action. Pull around, push along the ground. Pull around, push along the ground. Pull around, push along the ground. And if your child is still finding that challenging, that's okay. There is a step before we can go back a regression. And the regression is doing it in the air, okay? So you might have your child standing up, or you could do it in the back of the car. You could do it when you're walking around and you're getting them. I'm not sure which way this is going to go because it's reversed in the camera, but we're basically going pull around, push along the ground, pull around, push along the ground, but we're using big movements. So pull around, push along the ground, pull around, push along the ground. And you'll be really surprised if you take it back to this simple regression, how many children find this movement with their arms quite challenging, because that's the stage they're at in their writing, and that's okay at the moment. Pull around, push along the ground. Once they've got that, once they've got the words, once they've got the action, you will find the sand easier, or whatever you choose to use, the flour, the rice. They will find the writing easier. So they are the 3 steps that we follow in school. We have our rice tray, we have our glitter tray, and we do those actions every single day, but in gross motor, large movements. So take it back. Please don't sit and struggle with any sheets, anything like this. Take it back. Do it in the car. Pull around, push along the ground. Pull around, push along the ground. Pull around, push along the ground. Get those actions and watch them do it. And that's just a little tip on if they're finding those things tricky at home. Thank you so much for watching. I have gone over 5 minutes, I can see, but thank you for your support. I really hope this video helps. Alongside this video, I will put on the blog this week the action words that go with each of the letters, because I know it's hard to remember. It's so innate in us. We do it every single day, and your children might remember bits of it, but not all of it. So those words will be on to have a little practice at home. Thank you. Bye.